my first question here is, what made you want to do this album together?
For me, it was fun. And since Elvin and I have such a history of Chicago blues from back in the 60s, and we knew a lot of the same people, and, you know, it was just easy. It just made sense. It was fun.
Yeah, and we've been playing some gigs together, just the two of us. The people really liked it, and the music was coming. I don't know, it just felt natural and good, you know.
Yeah.
There's a guy who did a hell of a job on this album is Bob Welsh.
Yeah, he added so much.
But between playing piano and guitar, and the good thing about the blues on this one is everybody just sort of feels when it's time to jump in there and do their thing, you know?
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows how it's supposed to go. And we did a tour together one time. I think it was called the Front Porch Tour or something.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when we first started playing. I think that was the first time we started playing duo tunes together. I know we were doing Midnight Hour on that tour, Midnight Hour Blues.
Yeah. We were kind of heading for what we're doing now. We did it there was pretty much a rhythm section with us on that one, you know, but.
Yeah, drummer.
Yeah. That's what we call a rhythm section.
Yeah.
But it kind of opened my eyes to, I said, there's some possibilities in this deal right here.
Yeah, it was just so natural. It was just easy, like falling off a log.
How do you guys feel about, recording and playing live in this, in the stripped down format versus working with a full band?
It's a lot easier to do it and feel real about it and feel solid when you just go for it, because the usual approach these days is you cut what we call a track. That means they do the bass and drums and piano, and then you got to fit in with that, and you're sitting there in front of a microphone without a guitar in your hand, and you're trying to make it real and natural, and it's one level off from the real thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's more organic, just being, like a duo, and having it be spontaneous.
Before we got this thing together, we were just talking about something. I told him that I admired him because he's one of the few guys I know that continues to improve, up in the age.
To say this without sounding like a sycophant, I think both of you guys are playing the best blues you've played in your lives.
Well, if you do something for 50 some years and don't get no better on it, shame on you. That's what I said.
Yeah. Well, and we love it, so you can't help but get better if you love something.
Talk about what you learned from hanging out on the Chicago South Side club scene, on the West Side too.
Well, the guys I knew and worked with the most were at first Big Joe Williams, and then Johnny Young and J.B. Hutto and Robert Nighthawk and Floyd Jones, and a couple of times I played with Pat Rushing. And all those guys, even the guys I didn't work with, people like Muddy and Wolf, and they were all so encouraging and supportive and flattered that you knew their music and came to see them. And, everybody was welcome. Like everybody had something to offer.
Elvin, did you find it the same way?
Man, within about a week of the time I got to Chicago from Tulsa, Oklahoma, I'd kind of make friends. I went to the University of Chicago for a while because that was kind of like, the education was like my cover story for getting to where I knew the blues was at. And I made friends with a lot of the black guys that worked in the cafeteria at the school. And within a week or so, they were taking me down to Pepper's Lounge at 43rd and Vincennes. The first band I ever saw, dig this, personnel was Muddy Waters, Otis Spann, James Cotton, Willie Big Eyes Smith, and Pat Hare, and a bass player, I don't remember his name. I was a little bit, white people didn't go to the black clubs at that time, except a very few of us. And I said, I wonder how these guys are going to take me, a white guy from the South and all that, but they were amazingly friendly and encouraging and nice. And they'd invite me over to their house, and I'd go over there and learn things, all kinds of things, not just music, you know. And Little Smokey Smothers was my main man that I really hung out with a lot. Sammy Lawhorn and Otis Rush helped me a lot.
You know, I noticed that us being not local Yankees, like being from the South, that meant something to those guys. You know, they would always introduce us to somebody and add, you know, he's from down home, you know. That was important.
Yeah. It was amazing how it was in Chicago in those days, because blues was like hip hop is now. It was the music. There were hundreds of blues clubs, or it seemed like to me. There was a whole lot of them anyway. Yeah. Charlie got to hang out with a few guys that I never had the good luck to meet, because there were so many clubs that you develop a circle of friends and you'd go around to pretty much those same clubs. And Charlie went to different clubs than I did. I never got to meet Sonny Boy Williams or Jimmy Reed or Eddie Taylor or guys like that, you know, and I wish I would have. There's a lot of black-owned businesses in those days, and it was before Chicago got that hard, desperate edge like it has now, you know, and before a whole lot of drugs and all that stuff took over. And it was more like a big southern town. The black South Side was, anyway. The West Side was already pretty rough, you know. But,
well, everybody, when I'd be on the West Side, people say, "Don't go to the South Side; it's rough down there." And I'd be on the South Side, people say, "Don't go on the West Side; it's rough over there." You know? You stay right here. And everybody was either directly from the South or just their parents were from there or something. They had a real direct, close connection with the South.
Charlie, what is your favorite Elvin song?
Midnight Hour Blues. I love that tune. We were doing it on that package tour I was telling you about. And it's just every night I look forward to that, doing that tune. And every night it just gives me goosebumps, and still does. It's always, it never gets stale or old, or it's always alive and really moving.
Elvin, what is your favorite Charlie song?
Man, I just about any blues he does. The two that really stand out to me on this record are West Helena Blues and Blues for Yesterday. I think that's a great tune.
Thank you.
So buy the album.
Yeah, you'll feel better. You'll be a better person.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.